you sending dick pics to, David?
Don't worry about who I'm sending it. I mean, he'd probably be jealous. I know Thomas would definitely be jealous.
Yeah, Thomas would subscribe.
What, of your hair?
No, my big dick.
Oh.
Yo, it's fat, dude.
It's all right. I mean, I'm no Steve, but, you know.
Who is?
We're not called the Devastator. You know what I'm saying?
Are we live on Facebook right now and this is recording? Oh. I was like, this cover, because Mike hit the record button on the audio or the video, and so all this is getting recorded right now.
Dude, I should have bought the bigger bag of the munchies. Those were good as fuck.
What was that?
Flamin' Hot Munchies.
Was it just like random bullshit with flaming hot powder?
What?
Nothing works in here. What are you talking about?
It's Doritos, Cheetos, Sun Chips, and rolled gold pretzels. Flamin' Hot. Dude, they're good.
That's why every time I sit here, I roll my eardrums out.
What?
I said blow a dick.
Yeah, where are your headphones at?
Done.
I left my headphones right here.
This could be my show the whole time and just release it on Patreon.
Whatever, dude. Hey, man, $20 is $20, dude. If I gotta suck a dick, you know.
$20 a day ain't like $20 20 years ago.
That's true. That's true.
$20 a day is like
So Ryan would blow for a quarter 20 years ago.
right.
All right, we ready to do this?
If I'm struggling that bad, I would probably suck a dick for a can of chew.
Man, there used to be a time where you could get 4 meals at McDonald's for $20.
Dude, this is really quiet right now. Super quiet.
Yeah, now.
And it's all the way up.
Are you on the right one?
No.
Keep cranking all of them till you hear. Hello, hello, hello.
I mean, I hear you guys. but I can
Yeah,
barely
hearing
hear myself.
yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Sorry, dude.
Hey, can I have that empty bottle over there? Use it as a spitter.
That ain't
Thank you.
empty.
It will be.
He's like, that'll be $20.
That's exactly how I would take McDonald's.
All the way.
All right, we ready?
Circle of Jerks es una producción de medios digitales de Rain Man. Traduje esto, pero realmente no dice nada porque vas a escuchar, no importa cuánto te advierta. Estaban aquí.
What is up, everybody? It is time for the gayest show on the network. No matter how many dicks David might have sucked on Rain Man.
Ain't nobody out gay us.
Yes, nobody will outgay us. We are the Circle of Jerks. I am the one and only Bobby D. And with me are all my jerks this week, Brian, Ryan, and Steve.
Yo, we suck dick for fun.
Yeah.
I do. I don't.
And little ones, we do them all.
So, there was a little delay in our last couple shows. Mainly because of COVID. Wonderful.
Fucking dick.
Thanks, Dad.
I hate my dad.
Yeah, my dad came down with COVID. Tested positive right before we were supposed to do shows last week. And, of course, I saw him for my daughter's birthday and for her soccer game. Now, my dad is so nonchalant about it, he wasn't even going to go get tested. He got it from his grandkid, his girlfriend's grandkid, and he was acting like it was no big deal. Now, I still don't think it's a big deal. I understand that it's a tragedy, and I didn't want to be that person to bring that shit around other people. So I was doing my due diligence of telling everybody here, be like, hey, guys, this is what's going on. We're going to have to delay the show a week, and, you know, we'll deal with it. If I come back positive, no big deal. You know, it is what it is.
I mean, he was going in for other tests, too.
Yeah. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Now, my dad, when he texts me, my dad is pretty New York and blunt and with his, you know, just his attitude towards things. So, my dad comes back with, I tested positive, I was supposed to have surgery on my leg tomorrow for skin cancer.
What the fuck?
So not only did my dad tell me he tested positive for COVID, I found out he had skin cancer on his leg. But he said it in such a nonchalant text way that I was just like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
The good news is he can just go to the dermatologist. They cut that shit right out.
Yeah, it was no big deal. It's like a basal cell thing. It's like
Yeah.
the most, but it was just like the whole approach of the thing was, I went and I had the test done. I tested positive. By the way, I have cancer. Like, wait.
He buried the lead big time.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? I'm so confused. So, of course, Deb is a volleyball coach at a college, and they're in season or they're practicing, and so I had to break it to her that all this happened, so we had to go get the test done. I'm finding out that there's multiple tests, and none of them are FDA approved. Did you guys know that?
I didn't know all of them were not.
Well, I got the one that they shoved the Q-tip in the back of my throat.
Yeah, that feels great, huh?
Yeah, this is how this goes.
Feels like a dick.
Yeah,
same one.
no, yes, this is basically, it could have been any porno film that we've ever watched with a dude, a big dick, and a chick.
Did you gag?
Yes. By the way, that's not the funny part of it that I gagged. It was, okay, so it's going to be weird because me and my sister went because my sister was around my dad also. So we went. She didn't know.
Savage ass motherfucker.
So, but this is what the lady said to me as the test is going on. So I'm going through the little drive-through clinic. They confirm all your shit. They tell you, okay, cool. And then I'm thinking they're shoving it up my nose because that's what I've heard. So I go in there and she's like, oh, no, this is like a tonsil test. We're going to, swab the back of your throat. So I'm like, cool. I open up my mouth and she sticks it in and I go, and she's like, yeah, that's the sound I like to hear.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
What was her name?
And what office was this?
Yeah, this was at Chandler Gilbert, the community college. There's a little drive-through thing that you can make an appointment and go through.
Drive-through.
That is, and I wish I could say for comedic purposes, I'm like elaborating or adding words to it. That was her exact statement to me. That is the sound I like to hear.
I mean, I can't blame her. I've swapped plenty of girls back their throats too. But
Are you doing it do you take drive-through appointments?
yeah, I do. It's a drive-through appointment. Come here, babe. I'm
The
gonna swab the back of your throat.
The funny thing to me is she probably, after you disappeared, that was playing in her head for the next 3 hours. I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those phrasing things that you just
Yeah.
like, but it was straight up, and I was like, oh, yep, that's the sound I like to hear. Yeah, it was fine. I cried a little bit. I didn't get $20. I was disappointed.
Yeah, you did get 20 bucks.
The through the nose into the brain, through the hangy ball. That's terrible.
Dude, I went and got mine tested. They literally just took a Q-tip and just around the rim of my nose, and that was it.
Mine was up like almost in my
Yeah, into the whole passage. And the thing is, like, I've gone to an ENT before and had them do that. But those guys, the ENT is doing that day in and day out all day. And so they're real
Precise.
gentle and precise. These fuckers at, like, the urgent care and shit, no, they're just like, meh, meh.
Like, one lady had a bad fucking day. She's like, fuck these
Yeah,
assholes.
it's terrible.
brain, dude. I wonder if I gag if she hit my brain.
or shit your pants.
you just fucked my brain.
Yeah, but it was weird. So I got my test results back, and at the bottom of it says this is not FDA approved. It got an emergency approval, like that they haven't done their due diligence. So I was just like, well, whatever.
Well, that would probably explain why there's all those
False
false positives and false negatives.
Yeah, because my dad is fine, 100%. I mean, probably should do that other than the leg cancer, and his nonchalant attitude towards things. My dad's was asymptomatic, so there was nothing wrong. I just made sure he got tested because I have to be concerned about, again, I don't worry about it, but I'm not going to be that asshole that ignores it. It's kind of like wearing the mask and everything else. Look, if this is what's going to make people comfortable, I'm going to do whatever makes people comfortable. It's like wearing a condom with chicks. It's just like, if this is going to make you let me have sex, I'm going to do it.
If this is gonna get me to have sex, I'm gonna do it.
Condom? What?
So
Is it it's like a sock? Yeah, calm down Magnum.
yeah. So it was
I tried a Magnum on.
it was one of those
There's
things.
a lot of room in there.
You're fucking swimming.
I was literally able to put my hand inside next to my dick. In that
It was
Magnum.
like it was like Brian, you ever seen little kids put on their dad's coat? That's when we put on Steve's condom.
But Steve.
It's just baggy in all the wrong
but
places,
Steve's-
ill-fitting.
No, Steve's dick is singing when he puts that Magnum on. Fat guy in a little coat.
I protected my asshole.
I honestly probably could have put it over my balls and then wrapped the front end into my ass and tucked it. Oh,
Dear God.
So, my dad, of course, briefs my family. I have 2 sisters and a brother.
man, your sister don't gag.
And one of my sisters doesn't gag.
Yo. I met her.
Yes, you have. Don't look at her ever again. Do not make eye contact with my sister or wave hot
look me in the
dogs in
eyes,
front of her
Scotty.
face.
Don't look him in the eyes.
So I call her my little sister. She's still older than me, but she's the youngest of my 2 sisters. Comes back and tells her, do not let dad go on a respirator. And I was like, I looked at my other sister and I was like, this is why we don't tell people shit. Because people just automatically go to the worst case scenario. Nothing was wrong with my dad. He was hanging out at the house. He doesn't think he had it. He wanted to go get retested. And I have my other sister going, don't let him go on a respirator like he's fucking dying. So it was an adventurous week, and that's why we were delayed in putting out a new show. Unfortunately, again, I didn't want to bring it into the studio and give it to Mike and then have Mike go on his Christmas break down to Juarez, Mexico, and have half fucking the Mexican population get COVID.
Orale.
Well, he got the COVID from that white guy.
I got the runner from a Tecate, man. Crazy.
From a Tecate.
So, do you guys have this thing where you have random thoughts that come in your head and for no apparent reason? Or is it only me?
Every fucking day.
I mean,
All
that's our
day?
lives, right?
Yes, but okay, because I know where you're going with this. I am the receiver of most of your random thoughts, anyways.
Yeah, but
Because you immediately text me, and I'm just like, half the time I'm like,
okay, so I want to go through some random thoughts that I've had over the last couple of weeks.
What are you, Jack Handy?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say Jack Hanna.
Yes, I brought a cat in to show you guys how to. Yes, I am going to feed this kitten. In a year from now, it would kill all of us. Do A-list stars lose their A-list status?
Oh, all the time.
Okay, I just asked because it just seems like Bruce Willis was in a Die Hard commercial. Battery,
You
not
saw that piece of shit commercial?
yes,
It was horrible.
doing for Die Hard batteries, playing John McClane. No, Hans Gruber fell from into a grave. Yes, that man has been killed in more movies than I've ever seen, and now he's really dead.
Yeah, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Do you wipe if you're just going to jump in the shower after shitting?
Absolutely not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I get it as clean as possible, and then the shower's the last, yeah.
If I know I'm going to take a shit before my shower,
I jump right in.
I'm going to poop and jump right in, dude.
Nah, man.
I do at least 1 or 2 wipes just to make sure there's no,
You gotta, yeah. Yeah.
The drain's big enough.
Drain's big enough.
How
Finger
big
will
of a
fit.
pieces are we talking about here?
I'm just saying in general, right?
Are we talking about matted hair back there that we have to cut out? I'm so confused.
Sometimes.
You see my face? See my face? It's my ass.
Yeah, that makes sense. His ass looks exactly like his face. I don't know.
It's true. If you turn sideways.
The shower is just kind of That's kind of like the wax at the end of washing your car.
Hey, Steve, look, it's my asshole.
Oh God.
Do that for the camera once again. I just flipped over to you.
It's impossible to not have dingleberries.
Yeah, like he has one on his face.
Yeah, I mean, if his face, his butthole is as hairy as his face, I can see how that happens. Because I have random condiments from food. No, in my beard.
I was like, what the fuck? He's got mustard packs.
Hey, can you put some Grey Poupon on my butthole?
Yo, get that BBQ sauce out, baby.
Eat this ass.
Well, you heard you can get drunk by drinking through your asshole. I thought I'd get full by eating through my asshole, so I started to show me fingers.
We are the gayest show on the network.
French fries up there with ketchup for lube.
Yo.
Yes, and I poop out my mouth.
Yo, you're pulling the stripper move, just putting food under your ass and squatting down and picking it up and clinching?
Yeah.
Here, he's like,
Yeah, whatever.
Here goes that chicken nugget, dude.
Yeah, and now, like, when I make the next intro with sound clips, I'll have to put I slipped a finger up there as one of the clips.
And you liked it.
That's the sound she likes to hear.
So, we've had an obsession with OnlyFans
Barrywood.
in Berrywood. It's basically been our year of Circle of Jerks. That,
It's not about a year.
yeah, for a price, a dude will pay a girl to do anything on there. So, I've been kind of looking at OnlyFans and figuring out what these girls do for money because I'm interested. And, you know, a lot of them offer free type things, and then they'll DM you, like, if you want to do this, it's this much money. Yeah. And it's just like, you know, they'll be like, they'll DM you, and they'll be like a 30-second clip for $10. And it's like, what are you doing in this 30-second clip?
Whatever it takes, man.
Well, no, it's always one of those things. It's like, well, why don't you open it and find out? I'm like, well, I like to know what's going on before I start. Yeah, but you got to pay. I'm like, oh, that's stupid. Like, I can go get free porn.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, but this
Now-
ain't like a titty bar where you can go in and, like, you know, show me.
This is girls you might actually know in real life.
Right.
Yeah, okay, so
I do
a
know-
lot of
I do
them
know a few.
a lot of them are doing dick rates. Like, you send them a picture of your dick, and they will rate it and tell you what they like about it and what they don't like about it. And they, like, so you're sending them a picture of your fucking wiener
And paying for it.
and paying for it, and they will come back and tell you, like, they call it a dick rate. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm not that confident.
I'll do it.
But like, what? And two, like, I always know the hustle and everything. It's one of those things. Like, I'm a street smart kid. I've always been. We know that they have fucking 10 dick rate things pre-recorded, and that they, like, send me your dick pic, and then whatever they have recorded, they'll fucking send it. Be like, here, okay, this dick might be a little thick. This dick is so thick, I love it, baby. Oh, baby, oh, baby. Hopefully in that voice.
And
Wow,
then you get
Daddy.
that one. You get that one that's like, man, you got the biggest, blackest dick. It's like, that wasn't for me.
Yeah, sorry, I selected the wrong one. Now, again, I'm not like well hung, like, per se.
Not like Barry Wood.
I'm not Barry Wood.
Yeah.
I'm not even Barry White or any other Barry Bonds, or why am I only naming black people?
Well, Barry Bonds is a small thing.
But like, I don't think I would be ever confident enough to send, like, but what would I get off of it? Like, any, like,
Shame.
right? Like,
I volunteer my dick. I will send it to somebody. I want to know who has that. 'Cause I haven't
I know one that I know one. Here, I'll send it to you.
uh,
seen it. My phone's been used.
You'll get it later, and you'll go, oh, that doesn't surprise me.
so it's somebody we know.
It's someone he will know.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty confident. I've got
Wait,
plenty of dick pics flying around the internet anyways. So, like, for me, I'm pretty confident. I'll sacrifice my dog for the show.
But again, like, I just
I don't.
don't.
See what do I get out of it?
But yes, that's my point. It's like, why would I pay anything from $10 to $50 depending on what kind of dick rating you want?
like-
Is this
I feel like-
secretly a way for them, the girls, to find a really nice dick and then be like, oh,
I want to
that's a
fuck
nice
that.
dick, let's fuck.
Yeah,
You should,
I'm
you should
sure.
be on my OnlyFans with me.
I'm sure it's a backdoor
Maybe.
entry.
It has to. Well, I mean, most of us would probably take it back.
I don't know.
I just, It's just nothing that would do anything for me. I don't want to hear my dick described. It's like, it's amazing how much the hair goes up your shaft.
Holy fuck.
I have never seen one actually touch the circumcision scar. The hairline on my dick is more impressive than the hairline on my head.
How much hair you got on your shaft? Jesus.
Dude, that's a lot, dude. You know they make trimmers, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I gotta see this.
aren't we
Warlock.
sponsored by Manscaped? Why don't you just like?
Yeah, but
maybe
if I
use
trim
that?
it, then if I trim the sides of the shaft, then it ends up looking like a prickly pear cactus.
or it looks
something.
bigger, one of the two.
It doesn't matter if it looks bigger. I'm just not worried about it. When you're in a 20-year relationship, it's okay for it to look like a robin's nest.
I have to make sure mine's trimmed, dude, because I'm not trying to, look.
Yeah, well, you're also flashing your dick all over the internet. I would do anything to make it look big too.
So-
I'd be using that long lens on that fucking iPhone you have.
So what
Hey,
you're
it's-
telling me, Bob, is when you drop your drawers for Deb, it looks like that episode of Family Guy where Peter had the bird's nest in his beard.
That's
Yes, it looks like I have a robin's egg.
He's
Is basically
smuggling.
the head of my dick
You're talking
inside
about,
of
like-
nest.
so Brian's face looks like his
Dude.
butthole.
And my
Your
my face looks like my dick.
Wow.
You're telling me in the Hangover when the little Chinaman jumps out the truck.
Chinaman.
Yeah, dude, he's a little Chinese guy. What
Oh,
would you
yes,
like?
you're
me to-
right.
Yeah, he is.
It's not like he called him the other C word.
What did I do? God dang.
He didn't call him Cash Money.
Yes, cash money.
Yikes.
Yes, he is not chingy.
Well, he's Ching Chongy. Oh my god! What happened? That's
So
funny. What? So I guess my question is like at the end of the day, is it just a sly way for them A to make money and B to find a nice dick to fuck? Like
Yeah, I'm sure it's.
I think
it's
both.
both.
But
down
like,
the line.
could you what if I started an OnlyFans? I was like, send me your labia, I'll rate it.
like whatever. Dude.
No woman's
Show me them
gonna do
lips.
that. Yeah, no, yeah.
I
no
mean, I
woman's
still
gonna
think
do
Circle
that.
of Jerks needs to make an OnlyFans.
I just want to do an OnlyFans of me eating things.
well, no, we
can.
just use the sledgehammer and send that to people.
But how come all four of your dicks look the same?
He's like,
Well-
we're cropping his dick on our body. It's like super white.
We'll have to Photoshop it darker for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like use the stamp tool
Bob-
to take some of the hair out of your face and, put it around.
And then for Bob, we're gonna have to put some red hair above it just to be safe.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that starts from my fucking neck.
It's just one long.
Bob has the biggest landing strip.
Hey, it's a big landing strip because you got to touch down at the mouth and then you finish off at the dick.
It's like the USS Flag. It goes all the way.
Nah, it's like an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
You have to land on one end and to get to the other.
Oh God.
Dude.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just the again good for the girls for doing it. Because again, I don't know how many dudes are able to pull this off.
There's probably,
Dude, it's a pandemic. You get that paper however you can get it.
Exactly.
It's a hustle, man.
like I said, dude. I'd show my dick for money, dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
I'm starting you an OnlyFans right now.
Let's do it, dude. I'll helicopter dick on that thing for $20.
That's all it is. It's just gifs of him helicopter
With the sound effect.
He's gonna tie a string
and
to
play
it, put a
and
plate
playing
on the string.
and playing Long Tall Sally
Hey
on
man,
repeat.
I'll do it. I'll do it, man. If we can make $20 a pop, dude, on me helicopter dicking, let's do it.
Yeah, but again, I could only imagine like a dude being like, "Send me your tits, send me your fucking vagina, and I will rate them."
Oh, you would? No, it'd be,
I
dude.
guarantee you there's women dumb enough to do it.
I bet you could
And
get
not even-
a tit rating one.
Yeah.
I don't know
Not
about
a
a
vagina.
labia.
Yeah, tit rating for sure.
Yeah.
We're like, it looked tight 30 years ago.
Oh, that looks really tight.
Thanks for your money, though.
Just like 30 years ago, I was 4.
Oh,
Fuck, that's
guys.
weird.
So it went downhill fast.
Well, it was tight then, I'm sure.
Unless you have daddy issues you want to talk about, that'll be extra.
It went from casting couch to like therapy couch.
It's a labia rating.
Speaking of daddy issues, Steve will never have those starting next year.
Why is that? You getting the snip snip?
Getting the snip. Went this morning to the consult.
Can I ice your balls for you?
How much is that going to cost to get your snip snip?
20%.
Of what?
Your dick?
He's like, no,
well, he doesn't have the Devastator anymore.
I'm removing 20%. Would you like some?
Insurance pays 80%. So I asked her. She said out the door somewhere between $150 to $200.
Okay, but like
That ain't bad.
so
No.
20%. So okay,
Do
all right,
math.
fair enough.
No, it's not that bad, and you know it's cheaper for the insurance company to
Is
cover
it
that than to have a baby.
is that the permanent one? Like can you have it undone?
You
if you
can.
ever-
I have a sheet. I brought it for that exact question.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. They have a
see.
pamphlet?
Well, they
How
have
do you put your dick back
They
on?
have a thing that you have to. There's a lot of things.
Let's
and
reattach this motherfucker.
The clock already started on some of this. Like you can't have aspirin for 10 days before. I don't take aspirin anyways. No vitamin E or fish oil or high dose garlic supplements for 10 days. No anti-inflammatory meds like Advil, ibuprofen, Aleve for 3 days.
They have to go on the tip of your dick. Is that how they do it?
No. Shave your scrotum 2 to 3 days prior. So that was interesting.
2 to
He's
3
like-
days prior, I can grow it back in that amount of time.
If they started at the tip of his dick, that'd be a mile long.
I was gonna say the rod.
Yeah,
to get in
luckily-
there would be like
Luckily, they don't charge by the inch.
They said wash your scrotum with antibacterial soap for 2 to 3 days.
I do that every day, son.
1
So-
hour before I have to take the antibiotics. There's antibiotics they give you so you don't have an
infection.
Infection.
Urinary infection. Yeah.
well, not a urinary, just infection in general.
UTI.
They did ask me if I want Valium. I said yes, sir. So I got to take that. And then I'm on quote unquote house arrest for 48 hours after the
When can you fuck?
vasectomy. I was thinking a month. I thought there was a month timeline. And so I told Nicole, I was like, we got to bang out as much as possible.
Are you lying to her just so you can get it?
No,
I would lie to her.
It
I
says
would.
on here, no sex for 1 week. And Doc said that. He said no sex for a week. And then,
Tell her it's a
shoot
month.
fat load.
well,
after
I'm
that.
still in no clear. I'm not in the clear zone until after 3 months. So for 3 months, we still have to use magnums, and she still has to keep taking her pills.
Nice plug.
And
Weird flex.
Are we
ads.
sponsored by them yet? I feel like we should be.
See that?
So
Can
for
you-
3 months, I have to do that, and then they'll send me in to blow my load in a cup, and then they'll test. the
Can you
sperm count.
imagine
Can I be
after
the one? Can I be the one that helps you?
Can we videotape it for our OnlyFans?
Can you imagine after a week how big that load's gonna be? That's gonna be like just fucking 7 jets, Peter North over
Are
here.
you nervous at all?
So here's there's 2 things I'm nervous about.
Well, first of all, they're going into your dick. So
They don't go into the dick. so that was a
lay
funny
you
thing.
on your back and
So-
put you on forceps and spread you.
It's I don't know if that's quite how it goes, but he's walking me through. He was probably a couple years younger than me, even. He was a young
He's
doctor.
like, look at my scar.
He's like, hey, look, here's my
and,
dick.
and he goes. So how many kids do you have? And I said none. I'd like to keep it that way. And he's like, all right. And I asked how many he had. He said 2 and whatnot. And so through the conversation, he's walking through some of this stuff at a high level. And he says, we'll have to have you shave, but he's like, go ahead and drop your trousers. Drop
show
your
me
boxers.
the Devastator.
Show
Give me
me
your
what-
dick.
Yeah, show me your Devastator.
Oh, next thing you know,
He whips out the baby's arm.
Yeah,
I thought you said you didn't have kids.
right. And so
You should write that off as a dependent.
on my taxes.
Hey, did he ask if your dick was gonna eat him?
No, he did.
Did he
not.
ask how big Nicole was and how you like murder her?
No, he didn't
Oh,
ask that.
okay.
But he did look.
He
He's
should've.
like, oh, okay.
Did you have to throw it? Did you have to throw it over your shoulder so
Get
you
it out
can
of the
examine
way?
the other part?
No, but I think he was just generally thinking that, most guys that come in.
That's a big cock.
Well, yeah. Most guys that come in are probably older. I mean, I was sitting in the lobby filling out the paperwork, and it was like, 65-year-old men and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I was already shaved, and he's like, "Oh, you got the flat top thing going." He's like, "So we'll go in. This is perfect. We'll go in on each
Wait,
side."
did he judge your haircut on your dong?
He did. He did. It's high and tight.
You have an Arnold Schwarzenegger dong cut.
Yo, he's like, I like your fade. Nice lines.
I like your dick fade, man. Who does your dick fades?
Yeah.
Since Corona, it's been hard to find getting into my dick fade barber.
Yeah, I normally do a razor fade, but
Yeah.
it's a little close to
Yeah.
my dong.
But there's 2 things that worry me about it. So he tells you, you got to have at least 4 bags of frozen peas or carrots, and you put one because
For you need the family size.
Right. Costco, the giant 5-pound fucking.
He's like, for as big as that dick as you, just gotta go stand in a standing freezer. Just sleep in there.
I'm ordering one of those cold stores that they're shipping the vaccines in, so I can just stand in at -70.
Do the cryo tanks.
He's a cryo tank his dong, dude.
Yeah, man, like fucking Simon Phoenix and shit.
Nice demolition Man joke.
Yeah, Demolition Man, Devastator. So they got to go in both sides, like one on either side, because they got to get both the tubes.
Because it's so big.
Yeah. So they go in either side, but then you take the peas, and he's like, wear loose-fitting pants like you got on today, because when you get done, you'll put one bag in one pocket, one bag in the other pocket.
You're like, sir, I only wear loose-fitting pants because tight ones show my dick.
Exactly.
Sir, I only wear gray sweatpants for the bitches.
Yeah. But so one thing that worries me is like 48 hours of like, one, I can't go to the gym for a week. No heavy lifting.
Yeah, you'll
or
be
nothing.
fine.
Well, how are you going to pee?
I know. It's going to be a bitch. You're going to have to bring in a wheelbarrow.
I'm getting you a fucking one of those flags that says oversized load on your car. Every time you drive, dude, oversized load. Get the orange flags. We're good.
But I know. So it says you are not sterile until we notify you again, because they're going to have me come in a cup and send it off to the lab or whatever.
Right.
Come.
But then there's this special note at the bottom of the page.
Oh, boy.
Now, I've known since I was probably about 11 or 12 I didn't want kids. I've known for a long time.
Oh, the note doesn't say you have a fat cock?
No.
Shock.
Now, it says special note in bold.
Oh, perfect.
This is one of the very few, quote, permanent decisions that you will make in your life. Though microsurgical reversal is an option later on, it is relatively expensive and without guarantees. Be certain that you and your partner completely agree before proceeding. And that was where it's like, yeah, this ain't like buying a house where you can flip it later.
Nah, this is snip snip, dude. This is never being
Steve's
able.
like, ding, won it.
You're going from unleaded. You're going from leaded to unleaded.
Yeah, it's like 93 octane down to like 87.
Yeah.
Best.
So are there any concerns like the Devastator will only get half as hard?
So it's weird because there was like 10 pages of bullshit I had to fill out. As a new doctor, I've never been to the urologist.
I love how we're talking about your dick like it's a transformer.
It
Like,
is.
yeah,
I feel like we're just talking to him like we know his dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his dick's the fifth member of the fucking circle of insurance.
But you're going through and you're filling out all these things, and they ask you about erectile. Because again, these guys that are coming in here that I'm sitting around are old guys.
And you got a boner from the guy lifting up your dick to check your pulse.
Right.
Well, he got a boner from the guy complimenting his dick. What are you talking about?
But there's all
I got
these-
a boner from him complimenting his dick.
Do you faint when you get hard?
What? From
Like,
lack
because
of
all the blood,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
So I'm filling out all this paperwork. There's
Can we
all
try
these
it out?
erectile dysfunction, like performance questions and blah, blah, blah. And none of those are a problem. But one thing that has always concerned me, I have friends who've already had this done. They've had several kids. My boss, my manager, they've had these procedures done. So I at least probably know a half dozen to a dozen people, buddies of mine, that have had this done. And every one of them, I ask them the same thing. One, how's the pain/recovery? And all of them have generally said about the same.
Motherfucker, you ate the world's hottest chip and you took it like a goddamn champ.
Right. I think I'll be all right, hopefully. But the other question is, what's the load like? Is my load going to go unaffected? It's like a mental
Are you
thing,
still going to
right?
shoot a fat load is what you're
Fat
thinking.
load.
Because
Gotta
that,
be
as a guy,
it
like,
means something, right?
yeah, it means something. Like when you jet 6 or 7 times and you hit him with the Peter North, like you feel good about yourself, right?
You do.
Yeah.
It's a psychological
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely. So you're thinking you might, 2, 3.
I didn't want it to be like a puff of that powder out of that fucking one chip bag where it's just like poof. And that's it.
Well, after a week, I mean, you'll know after a week when you
So he
let it rip.
So he reassured me, because this must be a common question.
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
like, instead of calling it ejaculate, he called it orgasm, which was a weird use of that word.
Is it
So
weird?
your orgasm will be
I know,
the
but is it
same.
weird? I'm getting aroused.
Yeah,
Maybe
a
a
little bit.
little.
Yeah,
But he said he's
$20.
He said the
Can I
your
milk you now,
orgasm
Daddy?
will be the same, because the sperm
It's
is just a little bit of that whole load. It's just the
fuck.
vessel to get the boys into
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
into the trap. But
Yes,
apparently,
yes.
once the boys are gone, then the rest of the load doesn't change. It's still going to be just vast, and it's just without any
Stop looking me in my eyes when you're telling me the story.
Bob, look at me. He's like, he goes,
He's
straight
making
up
eye.
goes, no, he straight up goes, it's vast.
Yeah, he keeps making eye
It's the
contact.
hardest eye contact I've ever seen. Oh my god.
I mean, look,
It's
man, I
bad.
appreciate the eye contact. 'Cause
hardest eye contact.
that's, yes, eye contact for sure.
Like you're looking forward to his future loads.
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't care about his loads.
He's like, Ryan, don't worry.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
I have
worry.
vast.
I mean,
Vast
we
loads.
still know that you
Yeah.
basically shoot Nicole against the wall like in Scary Movie. So,
Almost.
that's dude. I don't know, man. Like, so do they go in this? They go in each side of your.
Well,
scrotum.
look,
Your scrotum, right, yeah.
he can give us an update after it's done. We will
I
come
don't know
back
if
to
No,
this.
I want video.
You want the video of
Yeah, I
it?
wanna
it's
see-
it's
I
gonna be
wanna
on-
see-
I'll tell you what.
It'll be on OnlyFans.
I'm thrilled that Valium was an option because it's still like loosening
that
you
shit's
up.
gonna
so you're-
hurt like a motherfucker, dude. For at least.
Oh, it is. It's 48 hours of feeling like somebody's just punching you in the jimmy.
Oh.
Like it's gonna not be fun.
Yeah, I'm super turned on now.
But
Are you gonna be like black and blue in the fucking nutsack?
No,
region?
and I asked about incision scars. Like if that, and
Is
he's
my
like,
dick's still gonna be pretty?
Yeah, and he's like, no, you won't even be able to tell. You'd have to go hunting for it. I mean, you think about how your nuts are all wrinkly, anyways. I'm sure he gets lost in the wrinkles, but
You got a
Wrinkles?
nutsack?
Sounds like fucking an old lady.
My balls hang and keep it stretched, brother.
it only gets worse as you get older.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And you wear boxers, you wear briefs.
Oh Jesus!
Here we go.
Briefs, dude.
Okay, boxers
boxer
probably
briefs.
didn't help me.
No,
I should have been wearing. I've been
Shit
wearing
was
boxers.
dangling
No,
all
I
over the
got
place.
support, dude.
Yeah, boxer briefs, dude.
It's like
all
the
the way.
Lord's hands are just holding me.
It's like
I
it's
think
like
I
my
need-
hands are holding him.
It's like Ryan's hands are holding me. The Lord.
All right.
Oh dear God.
We're trying to out gay.
It just seems that way. I'm just waiting for you guys to start butt
I
fucking
know,
each
but
other.
I honestly, this feels normal to me. I'm not trying for shit.
Yeah, this is actually pretty normal.
All right, while we get rid of our erections, we're going to take a quick commercial break. If you're listening on demand, if it's Patreon, we'll just be back in 2 seconds. All right, we're back. Our erections are gone.
Nuh-uh.
Mine's not.
Well, I guess mine went away. Now, this was an interesting story that I found a couple weeks ago, December 7th. So it would have been for last week for the show that we were supposed to have. UNLV, a college kid, quarterback, apologized for eating sushi off a model during an episode of Below Deck. The UNLV quarterback, Max Gillum, has apologized for less than above board moments while appearing on the reality show Above Deck earlier this year. The senior ate sushi off a nude model in an episode that aired last month that was reportedly filmed in Antigua in February and March.
That's
So
awesome.
what-
It's like
so-
Showdown in Little Tokyo where they eat off the naked women.
Yeah,
dude.
this has been going on for a
Years.
long fucking time. Is the problem or the concern over the pandemic and eating off the woman now?
Where did he exactly take the food off of? Was it her boobie or was it her
I would like to apologize for my poor judgment while on the TV show Below Deck, and I acknowledge that I have made a mistake and that I will learn from. If it was February, March, it's the pandemic hasn't even really started yet.
So
Yeah.
what's
It was not my idea nor any of my friends' ideas to eat sushi off the model. I should have exercised better judgment and declined the idea immediately when it was brought up by the producers. Like, why is this kid
Why-
apologizing?
But but the alcohol kicked in. My apologies. Like,
Look,
what the fuck?
this
Who
chick-
cares? Enjoy.
this chick who was the model
Knew
knew what
she was doing.
exactly what she was doing and probably getting paid handsomely for it. You have nothing to apologize for. This
I just
was a
don't want to know where he took
transaction.
the sushi from.
The booby.
Yeah, did he do the boobie or did he do the JJ? That's that.
Well, they're gonna have like a little merkin or whatever on there, you know.
maybe.
Yeah, it just
I've
seemed like
seen
a
Showdown
ridiculous
with
thing
Tokyo.
for this kid to have to apologize
Why,
for being
though?
a
Because
kid.
cancel culture, son. That's why.
Yes, and it's ridiculous that this ever came up. I couldn't see any of us to this day seeing anything wrong with eating sushi off a naked chick.
I wouldn't
If
apologize.
that's the theme of the restaurant or whatever you're doing,
I wouldn't do it for sanitary purposes, but I would appreciate watching you guys.
I'd eat her.
I would eat
Yes.
food off of any of you guys. Who gives a fuck?
Really?
Sushi's one of them foods that you don't fuck with.
yeah, I don't know. I just he said he's a senior, so that's like a 22-year-old kid.
He's being
Nothing to apologize.
Nothing to
for.
apologize
Own
for.
that shit.
Yep. Guess
that
what,
off that
bitch?
naked-
I got on a TV show and I ate sushi off a naked chick.
Hell yeah.
Brian, what's your favorite movie?
Fast and the Furious. Stupid.
What was the theme of Fast and the Furious? Like, what were they doing? Was the major like thing going on other than the racing?
Tuna, no crust.
Stupid.
They were stealing things.
Heists.
They were heisting
DVD players.
DVD players, electronics.
Gangs are stealing PlayStation 5 from trucks with high-speed heist maneuvers.
Get out of here.
Yeah, well, if you can hear
They
us
have
and you're
three-
listening, I'll buy one.
Do they have three? Do they have 3 black Honda Civics with green underglow
Okay.
chasing the cars around?
Nah, it's red, dude. Bloods.
Gangs are now busting into moving trucks to steal PlayStation 5 consoles. It is bad enough legitimate customers have to deal with scummy scalpers, but now PlayStation 5s are being stolen before they can ever be delayed or delivered in the UK.
Almost had me. You never had your car.
Criminals have been stealing consoles, cosmetics, and television and more on looting trucks on the highway. This is a technique called the rollover, which looks something straight out of Fast and Furious.
awesome.
Multiple cars work together to block a truck from switching lanes, forcing the driver to maintain a steady speed. Then a burglar will stand on top of the back of the car, crack open the trailer, and throw the cargo out for collection.
This is awesome.
This is like that episode of.
Fast and Furious.
It's almost like from that movie.
No, well,
It's the best movie ever fucking made.
I was thinking from Firefly. They did a heist like that on a train.
Nobody watched that show.
You're bringing up the
show that had one
Firefly that
season.
everybody fucking blows that was on for one half a season.
I liked it.
I
Fuck
know.
you.
This is off topic,
they
but
gotta-
Joss
they
Whedon's
gotta-
overrated.
Yep.
I'll give you that.
Romanian gangs. They have a video on YouTube. Romanian gang attempt truck robbery.
Are they showing it?
Yeah, it's a video of it.
That's amazing.
I could not believe that this was the thing.
For
But-
PS5s, dude.
Yeah, they're
Dude, didn't you hear me tell Bob earlier? Between Xbox and PlayStation scalping, they've made $50 million doing this.
Look, for all this time they're wasting on this, they could just build a computer.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Yeah, but it's not about having the console; it's about having that money, man. These things are selling like fucking crazy.
Hotcakes.
Like
They're
hotcakes.
I would laugh if it's like actual nerds like trying to raid and like just because they
I got
want-
an idea.
I got an idea, guys. I saw this movie one
That
time.
movie.
Like the number of people in my network outside of you guys that are always asking me, "Are you getting one? Did you get one?" I'm like, "No, I'll wait until all the hype and crazy." I didn't even buy a PS5 or PS4 straight away. Like,
No, yeah, wait till
on
something
that.
comes out that you really want and that it's easy to
Yeah,
get.
360 same way. I was like a year after the fact before I bought one.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'm no hurry to buy a
Yeah,
console. I
especially
just thought it was funny that I didn't know Fast and Furious was a fucking true story.
yeah.
But obviously these guys went to run the quarter mile after
hey,
they stole the
it's-
consoles.
it's art mimicking
I fucking
life.
told you. It's the best movie ever made.
I used to drag race here in high school. Green, the train tracks are a quarter mile. On green, I'm going for it.
God.
All right. Now, growing up, we all watched cartoons and comics, and like we had our things that we had as a kid. Did we ever worry about a character's sexuality?
I never gave 2 fucks.
I don't think it was a thing that we even talked about when we were kids
We didn't
because
worry
it was
about it.
still quite taboo.
I mean,
We did-
Steve
open it.
watched He-Man fuck Battle Cat. I mean,
Hey.
Yeah, like
hey.
He-Man, obviously, like now that I look back, I grew up on He-Man. They're all gay. There's not enough
Dude,
dudes. I mean, there's not enough chicks. They're all dudes.
I shit you not. Last
Enough
week,
dudes.
last week was my last week before vacation, and I was working, and they have He-Man on Amazon Prime right now, and I sat there and watched almost all of season 1 throughout the week while I worked.
And they're gay.
They're gay as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, they're in loincloths. There's a dude named Fisto. They're gay.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't thrown in her face. it was like,
thrown
oh,
in his ass.
Yeah.
That fist.
but now,
Think that movie Orgasmo?
yeah, stunt cock. Now, companies have to go out there and announce.
Yeah, it's part of the woke movement, man.
Because, like, again, I love Ninja Turtles. I never was like, oh, Donatello's the gay one. You know, I relate to him.
Wait, Donatello is gay?
I don't know.
Oh.
It shouldn't
Wait
matter.
for the
You know why?
announcement.
But he relates to him.
You know why it shouldn't matter?
Because he likes playing with staffs?
Yes, he just likes big, long ones, and he handles
It's right there on the nose the whole time.
he handles a stick better than any of the other
Oh
turtles.
my
He would
God,
love-
this
he would
stick
love
is
Steve.
so smooth.
Oh, it's so long
so
and big and
long.
brown.
You imagine those BDS
And it shoots
eyes,
blanks.
those BDS eyes staring at you saying, Steven.
Look at the grip in the middle.
Whose eyes? Splinter's
I just...
eyes?
Donatello, bro.
He doesn't have eyes. They're white.
But you
That's
know,
racist.
but you know why it didn't matter
2020,
what
piece
their
of shit.
sexuality was,
Because they're fucking cartoons.
and they're fucking turtles. Guardians of the Galaxy comic confirms that Star-Lord is bisexual.
Who cares?
Now
Also
I'm
not
assuming
surprised.
I don't see it. He had some sick ass dance moves.
All this announcement is to a big fuck you for Chris Pratt.
No, that's not it.
you think it's part of the woke thing, Steve?
I think it's absolutely part. If you step back 50 feet and look at everything that's going on right
We
now,
don't have to. It's only 6.
every
stupid.
6 feet. Every company is coming out with announcements about diversity and inclusivity and diversity training. Everybody's doing it, and now all these studios are coming out with all these different
Okay.
things. Absolutely, and if you look at what's going on, it's happening in TV. I could go on a whole diatribe. about
I
this,
understand, but
yeah.
Steve, what is Star-Lord?
Half man, half he's half Terran, half. Come on, help me out here.
Human.
Half Planet, half
Yes.
Celestian. That's
Ego.
what I was.
Captain Celestial.
Planet.
Okay. Now, who does Star-Lord fuck?
A green girl.
Apparently,
Gamora.
everything.
Exactly.
He's Pan.
But
He's Pan.
we are assuming that the aliens that Star-Lord fucks are male or female.
I'm not assuming nothing. His
I
dad
know
was a
they
fuck-
are, not you.
Look.
His dad was a fucking planet that fucked a woman. So
Look, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, and I told Bob this when we had this text conversation back and forth. If I were Star-Lord and I were out in the fucking space
You're
flying
fucking
around,
anything.
I'm fucking anything that's attractive, dude.
But you don't got to put a name to it. Bisexual
No.
has to do with
guys and girls.
guys and girls.
I'm
Star-Lord
banging
1 is
fucking
half,
aliens.
like Steve said, half a celestial being. Like he's a fucking planet, and
half Terran. Yeah.
he's been fucking aliens this whole time.
bro. Dude.
And
if-
we don't know if aliens are male or female or whatever gender they are.
Lando fucked a robot. So
Exactly.
Dude, if Gamora hit on me, dude, I would bang her so quick I couldn't even see straight, dude.
What if she had 2 vaginas?
I would bang both of them.
Well, hopefully they're not on the period at the same time. It's a lot of blood.
Could you
It's not
imagine
the
if
same
you had
cycle.
one that was on and one was off? Then you're constantly good
Well,
to go.
no, or you just bang her in the mouth.
No, that seems like it's a lot of attitude.
Oh, it's never ending.
Oh God, double fucking yikes, dude. This is so bullshit. Like, first of all, the character's Pan. He fucks everything, and like,
And we don't have to
and
announce it.
I don't fucking care.
But you do have to announce it.
But why?
Because
Like,
to
I've never- like,
show
the Riddler's gay.
world.
Right?
Oh, he was gay as a French trombone.
Riddler's always been gay. Didn't care.
Didn't care.
Nobody who gives a shit.
Because I never needed a Riddler side story to where he was fucking dudes and Batman was trying to solve the riddle
And
of
next-
what dick he was sucking.
And next week, and next week, DC's going to announce Riddler is officially coming out as gay.
You know what DC did? Black Batman.
yeah,
Yeah.
Black
but
man.
it's Lucius. It's his son,
I understand, but still,
which
it's
still kind of like sort of makes sense, but at the same time, why? Like, why?
But when you're introducing a new segment and then you make Batman black for no reason, it's just weird.
yeah, but Green Lantern's gay.
Yeah,
so-
but it's fine. They can be whatever they
Green
want. I
Lantern's
just
gay now too.
sure
Yeah.
we can make them whatever we want.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
I'm just making shit up now.
Now,
Brian's gay.
Facts.
yeah, I mean, now
It's not true if you're listening, Jackie. I'm not gay.
I forgot he's hitched up now.
Oh,
Yeah.
You hitched your cart to a horse, huh?
Well,
Nay, bitch.
yeah, he ain't running that single life anymore. So, oh
I'm the only single one on this show now.
yeah, I just hit my head in the microphone.
I heard that, dude. It sounded. That's what it's gonna sound like when Steve gets his fucking.
When they snip both sides.
Yeah. Oh,
Gonna be the anaconda hissing.
It's gonna smell so bad. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, whoa! Wait, do you not wash your balls
Yeah,
or?
clean your dick,
Cauterizing the wound, son. When they cut those, they cauterize the tubes They cauterize the.
I like how we're going backwards now. We can talk about that when you actually get it done.
It's because there's so much dick. We have to just follow the line.
Now, the other thing that's been going on that's kind of hit like the nerd hype train is Boba Fett.
Who's that?
Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, well the original one would have fit in his costume.
Yeah, well, Jeremy Bullock.
So the Mandalorian, Boba Fett has been brought up, and again, I have no problem with it. This is fan service done right. But the critic in me looks at a lot of things, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? And I don't know. Like, I know I don't think Brian, you don't watch Mandalorian. That's not up your thing, so you can make fun of us all you want.
No making fun of here.
I
like the child.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Phrasing. Never say you like the child. Of
Don't worry.
anything.
It doesn't matter. It'll be in a cut now. Okay. So they brought Boba Fett like 3 episodes ago, and of course, like Ryan starts texting me. He's like, I don't want to ruin it for you, but you'll see it. I'm like, holy shit, the dude's like 60 pounds overweight for that costume.
So I made the joke that all of the guys that I know that do Boba Fett have all gained weight because of COVID. I'm like, well, at least they'll all be accurate now.
Or age.
Yeah. So for me, I'm not a big Boba Fett fan. I don't really give a shit about the character. He was in the movie for 6 fucking minutes. I honestly don't care. Darth Maul had way more time on
That's to do
screen.
with the jetpack.
Yes.
Yep.
So, but I always thought he looked cool. I did always think Boba Fett looked cool. I just never really cared about the character. The whole entire episode it looked like a YouTube fan film. And I just could not get behind it. And I like seeing him, like Tamora Morrison, I think is such a cool guy, but he looks awful in the costume.
I think some of it is he probably put on some pounds. What didn't help was all the layers because of being a Bedouin on Tatooine and having all those robes, clearly trained with Tuskens. I think that didn't help, right?
Throwing the armor over that just made it look really bulky.
It looked like a merc.
And then the thing that took me out of it, yes, it did look like a Mando merc. The thing that took me out of it was the stunt scenes where it's clearly not Tamora in the suit and he gets slim. And then the next shot is Tamora in the suit and he's fat.
He did a lot of it,
but there's a couple scenes where you're like, oh, okay, that's not him. Like, so it took me out of it. And I also recently in one of the later episodes he repaints the armor and it looked like a 6-year-old painted it.
That I did not appreciate. I can appreciate if he would have painted it. It was a little worn compared to what we were used to. It looked bad. But to go completely fresh,
it looks horrible.
It looks horrible.
It looks horrible. And so this is coming from people who
do this,
who used to do used to. I don't do it anymore, but used to costume and really be into Star Wars costumes. So like, I was the membership liaison for the 501st for at least a year. I had 2 Boba Fett's approved in the 501st in the year that I was approving costumes.
Which ones were they?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I did have 2.
We've also known 2 of the best to ever wear that
Boba
costume.
Fett, yes. So it's very interesting to me when I look at something and I'm like, I could have done better than that.
Hey, look, man. I just looked at the guy's 59. Cut him some slack.
I'll cut him a little slack.
We're cutting slack, but again, they did it to themselves.
Yeah, like he should have honestly like.
He knew he was putting the costume.
He knew he was putting it back on, right? Like so, like come on, man, come on. Like I don't blame a lot of people, like, but again, that costume is not forgiving. Look how skinny Jeremy Bullock was when he wore that costume.
Hey, it's not as much as 3PO fitting that fucking thing.
So, so Ryan, what's your theory on what the child?
That's a fat bitch.
Okay.
Because Ryan has a theory here that I liked, and we don't actually get to do any of the Star Wars shows because Mike keeps them to himself.
Yeah, Mike won't let me be on the Star Wars show,
Selfish
even
bitch.
though I'm just the biggest Star Wars fan.
Right, you got 2 of the biggest ones.
Star Wars nerds,
right here.
yeah, and we're never been on a Star Wars show. So I was thinking about this, right? So if you're keeping up with the show, awesome, you'll understand this, Brian. I'm sorry. So essentially, we all want to know, why does the Galactic Empire, which is now defunct because this takes place after Return of the Jedi, why do they want this child so badly?
We already know.
Why?
They need the midichlorians so they can start making their clones for Snoke.
That's
Snoke, not Snoke.
No, you mean Palpatine?
Well, that's who they were trying to make, and then
So-
they made all these retarded versions.
So that was one of the theories that I actually came up with, was because I hadn't heard it anywhere. Is essentially they need the child, because he's one of the last Jedi on the planet, to make the clones for Palpatine
Yeah.
for the end of.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Like, I thought about that, and I'm like, because at first I'm like, why the fuck did
That's
they?
gonna devastate people.
Yeah. So why does Moff Gideon want this character so bad? Why?
That's
Why does he give a fuck? Like, he's got the fucking Darksaber. What does he care? Like, and then I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, we have to obviously interlace this into
It all leads up.
our 3 newest movies
Yeah.
that just came out. So I came up with that. I popped it off the top of my head. I told it to Bob, and Bob's like, that's awesome. We should do it on a Star Wars show. That we don't have one.
Fuck you, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, you're listening, editing. Well, Steve and I kind of like Star Wars a little bit. Jerk.
So the other thing that was going on, and we'll play a game here.
Games?
Yes, we will play a game.
I love games.
Oh, I love games.
Yes, that we all can participate in.
Yay.
As soon as Twitter pops up for me. Steve, read your tweet that I retweeted, or I replied to, about the announcements from Disney.
Where is it?
On Twitter.
On Twitter, stupid.
No, I didn't know if you put it in the notes.
No, I didn't, and I can't get Twitter to pop up on my phone right now.
What am I supposed to read?
Your tweet about.
Well, fuck. You should have gave me a heads up. I got to go find this
Oh
shit.
shit! How many times do you tweet? Anyway, Steve said that his inner child was crying based on the
that
Disney announcements that came out the other day, because they announced 25 new shows across Marvel and Disney.
Yeah.
My inner child was laughing.
And I replied to Steve that
did.
your elderly child will appreciate them when they come out in 25 years.
Right.
Now, I want to go through the announcements and play Care, Don't Care.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of announcements, and we have some of these things that we've known that were coming out. Some of the things that I found, do you know how many episodes some of these shows are? So
Yeah. Some of them are specifically almost like a... It's almost like in comics where you have like a 5-issue run, or
yeah, six episodes.
Yeah, some of them are only meant to, they're just long movies. It's like Lord of the Rings extended director's cut.
No, they're you know what they are? They're money grabs.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
They're money
I
grabs,
think
Steve.
it's easier to tell a tight, succinct little story and say,
Oh,
No.
this is what it
I
is.
agree, but 6 seems light. They better
That's
be going
light.
full hours.
It should be 9.
Like, if these are half-hour episodes like The Mandalorian, I
Yeah.
think they missed the boat here.
Yeah.
Which one is 6?
Okay, right off the bat, WandaVision 6,
Okay, that's fine. I don't need more than 6. of that.
Falcon Winter Soldier 6,
I thought that one was
Loki
8.
6, What If 6, or What If is 23.
Yeah. 'cause
Okay,
that's
what
the-
if's the cartoon one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I didn't give a shit about.
Okay,
and then
so-
I saw it, and now I do.
WandaVision, the only reason I actually care about that one is because it leads into Spider-Man, it leads into Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So I sort of care about that one. What was the other one, Bob?
Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter.
That
Soldier.
one I'm actually psyched for.
It
Yeah.
looks cool.
Yeah. What if?
I didn't-
Whatever. I'll
dude,
watch it, but I don't really.
I
care.
didn't give a shit because when they said cartoon, I was like, look, I have an animation background. I am very particular about my animation. But
It looks cool.
it looks cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that they got most of the actors to come back and do the voices,
Right.
that was super bad.
Keep going, Bob.
Loki,
I'm
I think that one
I'm
looks
kind of over
dope,
that
dude.
character. So keep going.
Hawkeye.
I
don't
actually
care.
care. I
don't
care.
about
I fuck
that.
with Hawkeye.
I love Hawkeye. I actually like Jeremy
I think
Renner.
the chick that they chose to play his daughter, the Hawkeye 2.0, I
Yeah.
think they chose well. She'll be awesome.
Well, they're supposed to be doing the run where he's deaf, so it should be fucking awesome because that comic is unbelievable. Bob, keep going.
Never read it.
Miss Marvel,
Don't care.
Never heard of her.
Actually, I kind of dig this one too.
Don't give a shit.
Moon Knight,
I
What's
fuck
that?
with Moon Knight. It's Marvel's Batman.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
She-Hulk,
Don't give a shit.
I think that one's going to be funny. I think it's going to be a good comedy.
I like green bitches.
That's why he likes Gamora.
Secret Invasion,
I
Never
care.
heard of it.
I care. That actually looks cool.
Ironheart,
Don't give a
care.
shit.
Armor Wars,
I kind of care because it's Rhodey.
Confused.
Kind of interesting.
Armor Wars is. Do you remember in Iron Man 2 where Rhodey took the suit and Justin Hammer got the technology?
Yeah.
Essentially, this is a spin-off of that in the comic books. his Iron Man's technology gets leaked, and it starts like suits start popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Got it.
And this one, Rhodey is the main character, and he's trying to fight off all these like bad suits or whatever. I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
I think so.
Yeah.
I am Groot.
Wait.
That was a cartoon as well, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I'll
like
watch it, but I'm not invested in
Yeah,
it.
don't really
I'm
care.
environmentalist. I like trees.
Oh, Jesus.
Keep going.
So that was all for the Marvel thing. I think there's also a Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Don't care.
There is,
Over it.
and then there was 9 announcements on, I believe 9
For Star Wars.
under the Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm
banner.
trying to find the Star Wars things. I thought they had them on there, but they don't. But at 6 episodes apiece, if they're really doing this, like, do we see them releasing this as like at the same time, or are they going to be time release?
I think it's going to be every quarter you get 1 or 2 of them from each property, because at this point they're going to get them in the can, and then you'll have content over the next couple of years, over the next 3-4 years. You're gonna have.
I can tell you the 3 for Star Wars that I do off the top of my head remember. The Ahsoka one, I actually give a shit about because Rosario Dawson is fucking awesome as a character, and I think she looked amazing. The Acolyte one sounds cool. It's supposed to be about a Sith Lord or a Sith, so which we don't have a ton of stuff about that. So I'm on board with that.
Yeah, what's that? Kidding.
Okay, I was about to. And then the third one, which I'm I'm excited for, but at the same time I laugh because one of the announcements is Obi-Wan. So I thought it was cool because I love Obi-Wan.
Who's that?
But then at the same time, shut up, Brian. And at the same time, they announced Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader, and I'm like, that's neat, but he's going to be in the suit the whole time, so you don't even fucking know it's Hayden Christensen, so who cares?
No, they could do the whole pull the helmet off. He's in the chamber thing, getting his.
Great, so you see him when the helmet goes on for like 12 seconds, and then...
It's weird how you guys know that, but you guys don't do a Star Wars show.
Yeah, it's crazy,
So,
right?
Weird.
So
Weird.
the one that I got excited about, because Dan and I talk about this all the time while we're playing games.
Yeah.
No, when they announced Lando, we said a long time ago there needs to be a Lando series.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess...
I want to see him flying around the galaxy fucking robots.
Wow. So you want to watch a porn, basically?
Oh, fuck! He could fuck Star-Lord.
Did I not say gay porn?
I mean, he could. Yeah,
They could cross
They
paths.
could cross paths and just rail it. Is it gay though? Because they're both dudes.
No.
It's not
They're-
gay because
they're
it's a
both
pan.
No, because
They're both pan.
if you're half alien.
Well, Lando's not
Half-
half alien.
No, he's all human, but he's fucking a half planet.
Seems like a weird Captain Planet episode.
Don Cheadle shows up.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It'll be an interesting next couple of years to see how Disney handles all this and what comes out, because the entertainment market is kind of fallen flat lately. And so we will see how it goes, and I'm sure we'll cover a bunch of these shows on the network. Now, we're coming to the end of our show, and this is our last show of the year. And 2020 has been an adventure. I mean, for all of us, I want to say.
Been a fucking hike.
I mean, it's been a struggle, but it hasn't been as bad as people say.
I would caveat that. I think we've been fortunate. Not everyone has been as fortunate as us.
Fuck them. Who cares?
But I always want to look for that silver lining at that point. You know what I mean? Like, you look at it, and we got our show.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know, Brian got a house, got a new truck, got a girlfriend.
All I'm saying is
Yay.
count what you have, count
Got
your
laid off.
blessings. Whatever.
Got laid off, got a new job.
Because there's millions that don't have jobs, millions of people that lost.
I
multiple
understand.
Family members.
I mean, legitimately, myself, I got to go to Vegas 8 times. I'm fully sleeved now. I have my radio show that I've wanted forever, and it's I get to hang out with my friends and bullshit for an hour at a time. Every other week or whatever. However often we do this. Ryan got his dream car, wrecked his dream car.
I was gonna say he got his dream car.
Got
and
my
wrecked
dream
his
car,
dream
wrecked my dream car, fixed my dream car.
wrecked the other car.
Won
Yeah.
shows with my dream car. Fucked my dream car.
I haven't fucked in it yet. That's
No,
coming.
I said you fucked.
Is it weird when you have to fuck on the other side of the car?
Yeah, it's like, dude, we have to sit in the passenger seat, which is on the driver's side. That's
Are you
weird.
gonna make sure she's Asian?
Of course.
That boy.
I'm gonna have
has to.
Tokyo Drift playing the whole time.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm not a buster.
He's gonna be fast and furious.
Yeah.
And he's
So-
gonna have tuna with
I
no
gotta be.
crust.
I gotta be careful though, because I don't have the snip like Steve. So
Yeah, be way
Yeah.
careful. You
Yeah.
don't want to be having babies.
yeah, having that baby, you have to sell that car.
Dude, I want kids, bro.
I can put a car seat in the back.
You want me to give you some sperm before I get
Nobody
it?
wants your Devastator sperm.
I want that 2-liter bottle of it.
2-liter bottle.
Mountain Dew.
you know, like for me, like 2020, like for me hasn't been as bad as everyone, you know, and I understand that. Like there are people out there that are
Yeah.
struggling, but at the end of the day, they're not me. So you know,
God damn, you're selfish. Fuck.
fuck it, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah,
All we
well,
can say is we're fortunate.
we're fortunate.
We're fortunate.
We're
Doing
very
good.
fortunate.
And I'm assuming there's a lot
play
more
an
people
asshole.
out there that are like us that are also fortunate.
Yes.
And so always look for that silver lining because it's not like it's going to be any different in 2021, unfortunately.
Hey, I'm looking
shit
forward
ain't
to
changing.
working remote next year again.
Yeah, so we have a lot of things that we're blessed with, and go into a holiday season and find those things. Love your loved ones. It's really not that bad. Live your life, and you know, be happy with yourself. It's weird when you take a different attitude towards things on how, you know, it changes your mindset. Yeah, we could have went around and moped about how shitty and all the things that we didn't get to do because of COVID and shutdowns and all that, but we also got to do a lot of stuff. And so it's cool in that way. Like, legitimately for me, you know, my daughter hasn't been really in school a lot, but I've got to spend all that time with her working from home. And that's shit that I'll never fucking forget for 2020. You know, it might have been shitty at first, and it's a struggle sometimes where daddy has to teach. But guess what? I get to see my kid every fucking single day for 8-9 hours a day when normally we'd be at separate places. And so you got to look at things like that and go forward. And we will be back in 2021, and we're going to be dirtier than ever.
And gayer.
We're gayer than ever. Like, we're gaping assholes all the way
Yeah,
out.
just big gaping
Yeah.
monster assholes.
Yep. And
So,
Steve will come back with no sperm. I mean, we're going to have big changes coming in 2021 for
Oh,
Circle
yeah.
of Jerks.
There's 25% less cum next year.
Yes, 25% less cum. Less
But 100%
less swimmers.
more gay.
100% gay, 25% less cum, and we will talk to you next year.
Goodbye.
This concludes our broadcast.
He says that's a lot of cum, dude.
I legit thought that I wouldn't be able to bust for a month because I thought that's what I had heard. But when he said only a week, I'm like, oh, thank God.
Here. Oh, is he here? Oh, I was like, he's texting, but oh,
Howdy.
No, we don't ever get asked, so we just don't do it. I think I'm just gonna keep it as a bit now.
Hey, I'm busy that day.
Yeah, I'm busy, man. Sorry.
Watching Star Wars.
It's actually first season. Second.
You bitch when it's not what you want, and
Our
then you
fans are
bitch
never
for
happy.
what it is.
That's how we are. I like the first season. I thought the first season was great. You guys remember Boba Fett? Yeah, Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
And then the clown car stormtroopers.
They keep coming out of the fucking. What did they got in there? Like 800?
They only got shows till like midnight. All right.
I do. Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah. Star Wars. No, Star Trek.
Oh.
Oh, that's the one I really don't give a shit about.
You don't know that? No.
I know.
Look,
I used
the
to
minute
read
they
books.
killed the EU,
Yeah. I've read it.